Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
How was your week?
It's busy, and hot.
Oh,
Getting
good.
hot.
Well, hot like hot business is hot.
Yes, and hot like temperature's hot. California.
Yes, it is.
Yay.
It is. It's
Unless you're in San Francisco, where it's a balmy 67 degrees today.
or Santa Cruz or San Diego or any of my favorite cities. Yes, it's great.
All right. Well,
But not in the valley.
today I have a great topic.
Oh, good.
All right, and this is one that definitely, when we have clients that come to us and they tell us stories. They're stories of their past marketing agency. And they say, we worked with that marketing agency. They did the same work you're talking about. We take a look at, like we do an audit, of course, of that client before working with them. And we find out that agency really didn't do anything. Like we can go through and just within about 5 minutes, we can tell if anything has been done at all, like over the last 5 years.
Yep.
And for us, that's really, really frustrating because now we've been lumped in with these other agencies that were just unscrupulous and took advantage of the client not knowing what was going on. And, for months, they enjoyed that ignorance. And they didn't help end up. Yeah. And then they didn't end up helping the client at all. And then they turned that client against what we do. Right. So
Sure.
This is what
the whole industry.
I think this is what happens in a lot of industries, right? I can't talk to a roofer who hasn't, I'm the best roofer, but so-and-so's not. And so how can you trust this? Right. So today I wanted to kind of go through and, we've done, red flag episodes before. So take a listen, go to our website and search for those. We have a few episodes on the red flags that you should be looking out for, but this is more like, does that agency walk the talk? And this is how you can check. We'll go through a few easy ways. Like, you're thinking about bringing on this agency. Maybe you've been referred to them. You found them on Google or whatever. But just some quick and easy ways to see if they're doing this for clients full time, then you would think they'd be doing it for themselves, right? And if they aren't, maybe you should rethink joining them. Okay, make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Right. It's I can't wait to hear because I certainly have some of my own. But you go.
All right, yeah, and definitely this is not an agency that you picked off of because you're responding to their spam and it's $100 a month or something like that. Unfortunately, in my experience, you get what you pay for, and especially in that realm. Okay, so
yeah, definitely.
Like other businesses, you're talking about buying a solar panel system or something. You're going to get other bids. You're going to check their reviews. You're going to ask, for their past projects. These are kind of deeper things that you can do and you should do once you're narrowing it down. But this is kind of like the first pass, right? Barbara down at, UPS store recommended you go with this agency. So now you're like, oh, okay, I'll check them out like that. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to type into Google schema validator. Okay. When you do that, you're going to be taken to a web page where you can copy and paste that company's website into there. So what schema validator is going to do, it's going to spit out a response. Schema is the underlying basic language that speaks directly to any and every search engine. So if that company doesn't have any schema on that page, then maybe you should think about going somewhere else, because this is such a basic part of what we do that to not see it on that page is astounding. It's mind-boggling to me.
Well,
It'd be like
business.
Whatever their excuse for it, are they walking the talk? This is one super quick. I mean, this is less than 30 seconds it will take you to check. Okay, so if there's no schema, that's it. I mean, for me, that's end of conversation. If there's a few bits of schema there, basically the more the better when it comes to schema, because what schema does, it takes the guesswork away from that algorithm, that search algorithm about that page. So it's when there is no schema, that algorithm has to guess what this page is about. And that's bad, because when you have a computer program trying to figure out your business, it's always gonna be against you. Okay, make sense?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, so that's a really, really easy one that you can do. You should see a ton of information about the company in that schema. If you don't, then move on. That's an easy way to just go, okay, I'm out. Next one. This one will take about 2 minutes. So hang in with me, okay?
Yeah, definitely. I'm taking copious notes. Schema validator in Google.
It sounds like it. All right, here we go. Next one is just Google the company's name, the agency's name. Find out, put the company name and then the city that they're located in into Google search. You will see a result, a Google listing. That Google listing will have their category underneath their name. So the category on Google, for example, it could be website designer, it could be internet marketing service, or it could be marketing consultant. It could be a bunch of different things. Now, whatever that says there, you're going to copy that and put it into the search bar. So it could say internet marketing service in San Francisco. So you'd put that all into that search bar, press return. If that company doesn't show up on that top 3 results, which is what they are telling you they're going to do for your business, then you have to be really, really, you have to worry a lot actually, because if they can't do it for their business, how can you trust that they're going to be doing it for your business? You can click on the more results. You can check out their reviews. You can dig into their reviews a little more. But if they're not in that top 3, or even in the more results, if they're way down there in the 20s or 30s, you should really, really, really consider what you're doing now with your money. If you're going to be giving thousands of dollars a month to this agency, and they can't even do it for their own business, how are they going to be able to do it for yours? Make sense? Easy?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I know I've given 2 really basic things in my industry that you can do, and they will have an excuse ready, maybe. I don't know. But they're so basic that it's unthinkable that they wouldn't have taken care of these things. That's how it's, I don't know. I can't, I'm trying to think of a good analogy for solar. It'd be like a solar panel company that says there's solar up there. And then you say, but there's no panels on the roof. And then they go, no, they're there. And then you just take their word for it, because that's where we're at with this. And that's what will hurt your business, your company. If you're thinking about taking this company to a board meeting to introduce, to take on for your company, these are 2 basic things that you can search for before embarrassing yourself with them. It's going to be a partner, and that partner's not going to leave for another 12 months. So you want to make sure that they're actually walking the talk. It's so important. And I see it every day with marketing agencies that don't do that. And I don't understand it. I don't know how they're trusted. I don't know how they get business, but they do. And it's because people are so ignorant about what they do that they can just kind of wave the Jedi mind trick at them. Nothing to see here.
Yeah. Well, let's go to number 3, and then I'll give you my questions.
Actually, Jamie, that's it. The first one is, check into their reviews, get some other bids, past projects, see what you can see. But the two fastest ones that I found is the schema. And then the other one is just what we said, search for them on Google, see if they show up in the Google 3-pack for their category in their city. Boom.
Okay.
Easy. Go for it.
All right. So let's just say we're at not me and you, but at a Chamber of Commerce event or some kind of BNI event. Yeah. And somebody lets me know, hey, I do, what's your business? I tell them, and then they say, well, what's your business? Oh, I'm a digital marketing company. Mm-hmm. What are one or two questions, follow-up questions that someone can ask that would say, oh, this person knows what they're talking about, or, oh, no, they have no idea?
So they'll never say, I don't know. So it is, you can ask them, hey, something, do you know what schema is? I mean, something
I don't want to be insulting this, but it's like,
what's your business name? And then do the Google search.
From
right there. I mean, that is an easy way to do it, to check, just whip out your phone. But in that setting, everyone's friendly, Jamie. So you want to be supportive. Right. But a lot of times you can ask, for me is, do you really believe Facebook gives your clients a good chance of making money? And a lot of times, I see those kind of predatory social media marketers all the time. And
for sure.
And you just shake your head. And I see female business owners getting taken advantage of by women. And you're just like, wow, how, you're part of the sisterhood.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're part of the sisterhood
events, and I see 2 or 3, 5, 10 people, around one digital marketing person, and they're, doesn't sound like, and they have a Gmail address on their business card. So,
hey, there you go. Can I see your business card? That's why after the meeting, you can go and do just the 2 simple checks that I do. When I do meet these agencies or these marketers, I do these checks, and they take less than 2 minutes. And then I know if I can refer or respect them at all or not. You just say, okay, I'm out. It's sad, but you got to educate yourself. If you're in a company and you're thinking about taking on an agency because they're, the niche, hey, they're the niche brand specialist. They're the niche specialist for our industry. Really, do these 2 simple tests. And if they fail them, how good are they? How are they able to do this? Is it based on ignorance because people don't really know? Most likely, yeah. If that agency cannot take care of these 2 basic things, how can you trust them to work for your business? You can't.
All right. Well, I see. We completely agree. And I can see that maybe we can address this further in another podcast. So these are 2 basic ones. I'd like to get into a little bit more of 2, a little bit more deeper, because maybe your company is soliciting bids, and how do you parse out the good ones from the knuckleheads? So
sure, definitely.
All right. I think what I will do then is, like, if you have a question like I do, question about an upcoming podcast, first to do 2 things. First, go to magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button, and then put in that terms of, let's call it networking event, and see if any podcasts come up. And if not, now we can send a message to the podcast, Local SEO in 10, to our Facebook page or LinkedIn page, and say, hey guys, this is a question I'd like to, how do I parse out the knuckleheads? And then second, if if you are part of a networking group or a chamber of commerce and you would like to help out your fellow business owners, feel free to share this podcast out. I think they would get a lot out of it. And make sure to give us 5 stars wherever you're listening to it, so it helps our ranking and helps us grow organically within iTunes and Spotify and Amazon podcasts, wherever you found this podcast. We really appreciate it. Anything else, Adam?
No, sir.
All right. We will talk to you next week. Thank you.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.